Okay. Do you remember, Jess, back in the day, chili and cinnamon rolls, like as a combo? Did you ever like that?
Yes. First of all, that's a very Midwest thing I have learned. Welcome back to Sisterhood Tea Party, where we spill the tea on life, friendship, and all the little obsessions of the season. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Stephanie. And today we're bringing you a classic, the fall ins and outs list. Think fashion, wellness, music, routines, what we're ditching from last year, and what we're carrying into this fall.
I love this episode every year because it's equal parts cozy vibes and hot takes. So grab your pumpkin spice or your spooky iced latte if you're me, because we are getting the fall vibes going. But first, we have to do our usual tea spill. So, Stephanie, what's top of mind for you this week?
Well, new hair, as you can see, friends. I told you all, every 3 to 4 weeks that you see the clips, my hair is different, and this is my fall vibes. Okay, we went brunette, and it's funny because I was talking to my hairstylist yesterday when I got my hair done. And I told her that I, found this hair just somewhere in my house because I buy a lot and because I always like to have options. And she's like, oh my gosh, I remember when you did this hair. And I was like, really? Because I don't remember this hair at all. And she was like, you don't remember? I'm like, I don't, because I just do so many different things. So anyway, we're back to brunette. I'm like loving this vibe. This is the energy. So short hair stuff is back. Okay, we love a good look here. So
it looks so good. And I'm also thinking at this point, we might just have to have like new hair who this as like a regular segment, right? Like if it's happening every three to 4 weeks, like it's just part of the segment at this point.
To be honest, yeah, by the time this episode drops, I will probably have a new style, if I'm being honest. I'm trying to think about when we're dropping this and I'm like, yeah, it might be different. So we'll see, friends. But for now, enjoy the brunette.
I love it. Okay, well, top of mind for me, I just finished the TV show We Were Liars. And okay, so basically how I got into the show is I was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime, and there's ads on there, which is so annoying. But every time it was promoting the show We Were Liars as an ad, and I was like, oh, this kind of looks interesting. I should just start it. When I tell you, okay, I have one rule when it comes to TV shows and movies. There is one type of TV show and movie that I will not watch at all, and that is movies and TV shows about dogs. Because anytime there's something about dogs, even when someone tells me like, oh, no, it has a happy ending. And I'm like, it may have a happy ending. The dog may be okay. However, there's probably still going to be some moment where the dog is sad or the dog gets hurt or something. And I cannot emotionally handle that, period. That's where I draw the line. I'm not going to spoil the show, but let me just say there's something that happens. And I swear to God, if I had known this was going to happen, I never would have watched this show. And I will not recommend the show to anyone now because it was so gut-wrenching. I cried for an hour. An hour. This was literally earlier today. So I had to do a lot of makeup to look like I didn't cry today. And then I went and told my husband about it when he got home. And I was like crying all over again, telling him about this show. It was devastating. And so now, like, I genuinely feel like it has ruined my life and I may never recover from it. That's where I'm at. And that's top of mind for me.
Okay. Well, you know what? I am not watching that then. Just based on everything that you've just said, this does not appeal to me. Do not stop. Do not collect $200. I'm not watching that show at all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But like, is it okay? Are there any actors? Okay. Before I say that, but like, are there any actors, actresses that we know that are like notable in this? Like,
so Candace King, I think is her last name. She plays Caroline in Vampire Diaries, is one of the moms in it. So I will say the storyline, it's basically kind of like a mystery. And it's basically, it kind of reminds me of the show Succession because they're like basically rich, privileged people who are like all fighting for the inheritance in the family. So obviously they're like all messed up, terrible people essentially. But so like overall, don't get me wrong, the storyline's good. Like if you can handle that kind of content, then like you're fine. Watch it. It's a good show. It's got crazy plot twists. I would have never watched it though if I had known what was going to happen. And so yeah, that was my day.
What a way to spend your day, or spend part of your day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
I needed this.
No.
The moral of the story is I needed this. I needed to get my mind off of
maybe,
this.
I mean, maybe you needed a good cry, you know? Sometimes I will watch shows. I'm like, you know what? I haven't had a good cry in a while.
No doubt.
So I'll watch something and I'm like, all right, I just got that out. So maybe you needed it. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel traumatized.
Maybe. Well, okay. Well, you don't have to watch it again, so that's okay. Okay, now that we've caught up, let's get into the main event, fall ins and outs. And we have to start with fashion because, hello, plaid season.
I am actually so excited for plaid. That is my number one in when it comes to fashion for fall. I feel like, I don't know. One, I feel like plaid is like somewhat in every fall season, but I feel like there's something about like the deep browns in plaid this season. And also, I'm trying to get onto the Traders TV show, which means if I get on, I will be wearing a lot of plaid. So everyone go hype me up and tell them that I should be on the show. But I don't know. I just like something about it. I'm like embracing it all, whether it's in skirts or blazers or scarves, like more like elevated chic. Like I'm kind of thinking like old school Gossip Girl vibes, honestly, versus like, I don't know, like cheap, cheesy, like red vibes. You know what I mean? Like I'm very into it. I'm very into the plaid.
You know, I really love a plaid. I was thinking about the skirt. I'm actually thinking about last year's skirt. There's a skirt that I really wanted from Old Navy. It was this darker brown, but it had like tiny lines of plaid. So it's just like barely there, but it just ate. And I missed out and it sold out immediately. I was frustrated. So I love a plaid. This year they do have some new variations of it and they're very cute. So I will definitely invest early before they're sold out, because right now, like by the time this drops, they'll probably be sold out. So I'm like, let me go ahead and get on that now. But yeah, I'm all about it. You know what I'm also loving? Actually, before we get into that, I don't know. I just want to talk about this Traders for a second because I'm very intrigued by this. I want to know more. And then we'll dive into the rest of it. But I'm just intrigued by it. And like, why is plaid so significant for that?
I'm so glad that you asked. Okay. So if people don't know, the Traders is basically a TV show. And it's a show where it takes place in Scotland, in a giant castle in Scotland. And basically these people go there to this castle, and some people are traitors and then everyone else is faithfuls, but they don't know who the traitors are. And the traitors' goal is to murder the faithfuls, aka kick them off the show. And if they are still traitors standing at the end, then they win the pot of money, which I think is like $500,000. And the faithfuls basically are trying to find out who the traitors are and kick them off. And so it's like this game of like secrecy, and usually it's celebrities on it. So for example, the next season that's coming out, actually like Donna Kelsey is going to be on it. Also Rob from Love Island last year is going to be on it. So it's like a bunch of random people. But they're opening up to us normies out there in the world. And so I applied because I'm like, I really want to be on the show because one, I love that it's a show that's not just made for like 20-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like I'm 33 years old. By the time the show would like film, I'd be 34. And I like that it has a range of ages, and they have like people from like all different walks of life. Even when it was celebrities, like they've had like politicians on the show, like Donna Kelsey. That's so random, you know? So I love the randomness of it. And I also love, so the plaid piece. So everyone kind of wears like a certain vibe of fashion, and plaid is a big part of it. And Alan Cumming is the host of it. And he is just like, he shows up in these fabulous outfits and he's like, oh, who's going to get murdered today? And it's like just drama over the top. And I'm obsessed. And I'm like, I need to be on the show because like, I'm not going to give my strategy away because I don't want anyone to pull clips of it, you know, and like know what my thing is going to be when I go on there, but I have a strategy for when I get on this show, and I will win this show. So I'm just, you know, hoping, keep the good vibes going. Ooh. I'm hoping that I get on there. I'm manifesting it. It's going to happen.
Love this. So to continue the spirit of manifesting, tell us where we can watch you on the show.
Hey, well, you can watch me on Peacock. So I will keep y'all posted. It will film in the summer, and next summer. It'll film next summer, I think in like June and July. So it'll be a while, but I say tune into every season. It's such a good show. It's so fun, especially if you like reality TV for like because all the other seasons, they have all kinds of random reality stars on there, like people from like the Housewives. They have them from things like Love Island, from The Challenge. Like they have, like I said, random politicians, random like sports stars are on there. Like it's just a random hodgepodge of people, and it's fabulous.
I love it. I'm so excited about this. I'll have to check it out because I've never even seen this. So I need to get with the program. That way, by the time you get on there, I'm like, okay, yes, I'm familiar with this. I understand what's happening. And now she's there. So
yeah, girl.
Stay tuned, friends. Stay tuned.
You know I'll be asking you to run my social media while I'm gone.
The dream. Okay. I cannot wait. And I'll be like, team Jessica, or however I need to phrase it, I will. Okay. I'm down. I'm down to run your oh yeah. I'm down to run your socials for sure. Okay. We're just gonna dive right back in. So we talked a lot about Plaid, but we're going to dive in now to the next little thing that I like. I do love the oversized sweater look, right? I love an oversized sweater, but I also love the oversized sweater dresses, whether they're like a little bit more fitted, they have like some like elastic in there and they're kind of shaped, or just oversized and you kind of add in a wide belt. I'm loving. Okay, and actually, this is going to contradict what I said like in our earlier episodes about the wide belts, and I said absolutely not, like the WWE belts. Do you remember that episode from like episode 1 through 5 was one of those episodes we talked about the belts? I know, and I'm like, not me talking my shit 2 years ago, and now they're back. So I do love it though, but to me, it has to be done tastefully and like. The belt has to be like, to me, a solid color, just something that like really like snatches you in. It actually completes the look, and it's not just something you're adding just to add. Because you want to make sure it actually works with your shape and all of that. So love a good wide belt with an oversized sweater dress or a sweater, depending on how you want to style it. But I also really love kind of tying into like the sweater vibes. I love a good cozy cardigan. They have in Old Navy, they have these cropped cardigans that I really love, and they're like kind of cozy. Whether they're long or short, I mean, it kind of depends on like what your vibe is. I love the shorter ones because I'll wear them open and I'll just put like a fitted top underneath with jeans and like boots or sneakers or something, and just an elevated, nice, easy fall look you can go anywhere with. So I'm loving that right now.
1,000% agree. The wide belts, they are back in. I know we both talked a lot of crap on them, but I feel like I like the ones now that have like the gold, like what is it called, hardware on them. I think they're really nice. Whereas I feel like back in the day, the ones we wore were like that, like cheap leather looking, like plasticky leather, you know what I mean? And like that's not it. I feel like it's more elevated now. Also, I think what's in are silk and satin textures. Like there's just something about like a button up that's like silky. I literally just ordered one today that you can just wear into the office or even just like out to like a nice dinner kind of thing. I think that's, I don't know, there's just something about texture that can just in general make an outfit look better, but I'm really into the silks and satins for the fall season.
Okay, I'm glad that you said that because I still have 2 pieces from, I want to say probably 2 or 3 years ago that I got. I don't remember where I got them, but I have a satin, kind of like a satin silk dress, I would say. And it's like, it's really nice and fitted, but it's one of those items that I think is a good fall transitional piece. Like I can still wear it while it's still hot in Texas, but I can transition and wear it for fall and like put a cardigan over it, like I mentioned, or belt it or just wear it as is because of the color that I chose. And then I also have a button down satin shirt as well. And I wore that, I want to say probably 3 years ago. I love that top, and I'm glad I did not get rid of it because I saw it in my closet as I was kind of going through, and I was debating, do I get rid of this? Do I try and wear it this fall? So I'm going to give it another chance and see how I can style it this time around. So
love it.
I'm loving it. So for me, I also really love, and I've been a gold jewelry person, specifically big. I mean, look at us. We've got our gold on, but big gold jewelry. Okay. Like the layering, I love when people layer. I mean, Jess, I should compliment you more often about your jewelry because I always love the way that you layer your jewelry.
Thanks, girl.
Yes.
Thank
yes,
you.
girl. Yes. So everybody look at her jewelry. Great example. But no, I really love gold jewelry. So I just think that it elevates any outfit that you wear. Even if you're like, I don't know what to wear, or you feel like your outfit is basic, add on some layered jewelry, earrings, a necklace, add rings, bracelets, just like elevate your jewelry game a little bit. And I think that's going to be definitely trending for fall.
Do you wear rings? Because I really wanted to get into rings. I love when someone has like a bunch of gold rings, but I don't know where to buy them because I feel like if I just like buy them like cheap online, half of them are not going to fit. And that's annoying to me to waste my money on something that's not going to fit my hands.
100%. I would say, so I buy my jewelry actually from Francesca's, and people are like, oh, like that's kind of cheap. Fine, whatever. I don't care. But the thing about it is you can see your size. You can try things on. There are some of them that have like just all specific sizes and some are mixed assortment. Mm-hmm. So I'll buy both of them, like ones that are in my size and some that are mixed, and just kind of layer them on my hands, just depending on the mood. Sometimes I'll wear a couple of them on one. Sometimes I'll wear a full stack on both. I mean, it just depends on my mood. Have you, now that I'm like thinking about the rings, have you ever worn those? Oh, I forgot what they're called, but like the hand, I don't know if it's like
the hand
culturally
jewelry
appropriate to wear them.
Like the
hand jewelry
to the bracelet.
The one, Have you worn those?
I haven't worn them,
tried those?
But I think they're very pretty.
I think so too. I just don't know where and how I would wear them, but I really, really I love the way that people can elevate those too. So I don't know. I do love the rings, but there is a brand on Amazon that I've heard good things about with their gold jewelry. I'll do some research and send it to you. But I mean, just to buy something in store, I've gone to Francesca's. I really haven't gone and bought from other places. But I really like Francesca's for rings.
I think I just need to like figure out what my sizes are, honestly, because I mean, I buy super cheap jewelry. Like this is from Amazon. These are from, I think, Shein. So like Francesca's honestly is probably pricier than what I'm paying for the other stuff. But like, I feel like with rings, I need something that's going to fit, you know?
Absolutely. And that's the reason why I go there, because it is, to me, it's a little bit more on the affordable side, especially when they're running sales. The other day I bought jewelry and it was buy one, get two free. So there's, other days they'll do sales that are like all jewelry $6. Doesn't matter what you pick. So it just depends on when you walk in there. But I would try Francesca's just to give you a little bit of variety and also experiment instead of buying something overly expensive right now and then go from there.
Another thing is, I think when it comes to jeans, we're kind of in a weird era for jeans right now, which is kind of nice, where it feels like pretty much all jeans are in, except for skinny. I still feel like skinny jeans are not in, but you can wear barrel jeans that are very in. And I know people like to talk smack on them, but I think they can look really, really cute. I haven't tried them on myself. You can wear wide leg jeans. You can wear boot cut jeans. I feel like even the flare jeans are still very in. And I don't know, there's just something kind of nice about having multiple different styles of jeans that can totally change the look. And I kind of love that.
I totally agree. I'm a wide jean girly right now. I also loved, especially last year, I wore a lot of flare jeans. And I was very happy when they came back. Initially, I was like, hell yeah, because I wore those definitely when I was younger. But yeah, I love a wide leg, love a flare. I haven't tried barrel. I've been seeing them just on a variety of different websites, and I want to try them. I want to experiment with that style a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous about how it's going to fit just on like my lower half. You know what I mean? Like how it's going to shape, but like, I feel like I can style it well. And if I can't, that's okay too. But I do think that everybody should try and experiment with their jeans this fall. I think go outside the box a little bit. Go outside of your normal comfort zone and just see what works for you, because you just never know. And speaking of going outside of your comfort zone a little bit, with shoes, this has always been, for me, at least what I've seen, has been always a topic of conversation of what kind of shoes do people wear in the fall? Because it's easy to talk about, spring and summer, just, pick up some cute wedges or sandals or whatever. But fall shoes, for whatever reason, I feel like have always been this point for me of, I don't know what to wear in the fall. So I'll just wear just casual things. So I really feel like casual sneakers like the Sambas are trending right now, that you can really dress up, dress down, keep it casual however you want. And then boots. You can't go wrong with boots, riding boots specifically, knee-high boots, over the knee. And I also think kitten heels are still very in too, because it's a great way to elevate your look without wearing like a 4 or 5 inch heel. Again, if that's your vibe, go ahead and do that. But I'm 35. I can't be walking around in 4.5, 5 inch heels. That's wild. So a kitten heel is going to be my first choice for sure. But I feel like this is going to give me ideas of how I can style myself for the fall.
Yeah, I always forget about the shoes, honestly. And then I like have a cute outfit and then I'm like, shoot, what shoes do I wear? So I definitely need to invest in some new shoes this
Correct.
fall.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too for me.
Also, I think last thing that's like really in for from a fashion perspective is fake leather. I feel like always just looks good. Like I literally just ordered a fake leather brown oversized jacket like 2 days ago. Very excited about it.
Ooh.
I think they just look so nice and I like them for fall because I mean, obviously if it's raining, okay, but like I feel like sometimes like the fall weather you can still get away with wearing jackets that don't necessarily have a hood every time, and so it's like the perfect time to be wearing those leather jackets. And also leather skirts are so cute too. I don't have a leather skirt. Every year I think about investing in one and I haven't yet, so maybe it will be the year because they are so cute with the riding boot that you were talking about before.
I do love a fake leather skirt or a jacket. I really do. I have a skirt from a couple years ago that I've worn pretty much every year. And I'm obsessed with it. What I do need to invest in is a solid, oversized leather jacket. I really, really want one. I don't know if I want black or brown, but I've been kind of leaning into brown lately. So I'm
Me
trying to find
too.
brown, like brown boots and brown, like outerwear and things like that. So that's going to be the goal. I don't know if you actually send me the link of the one that you got and see if I can pull that one off. But I'm also going to do some research to see like what I want to play around with. But I've been really leaning into browns lately, and I feel like that's going to be a solid color. Now, not brown like brown, but like I'm talking like chocolate brown,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
good brown.
Yeah, yeah, totally. That's what I ordered for
Hmm.
sure. Let me make
Oh,
sure that it like fits well and is like nice first. But then I'll send you the link for sure. But yeah, I agree. I normally like historically I'm like all about black and I still love black, but I don't know. Lately I've been very much leaning into the browns. Yeah, I
hmm.
love it. I love it. Okay, let's talk about what's out for fashion. Number one for me is like the overly conservative preppy looks. It's giving like 2006 sorority vibes. Like I'm not feeling it. I love my girl Taylor. I love Taylor Swift, but some of her merch sometimes looks like this, and I'm like, ugh, like I just, ugh, I don't like it. And I don't want to see that in the fall. I don't want to see like the, you know what I mean, like the Argyle sweaters that are like, I just like left a frat party vibe. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a no for me as well. It's not giving what it needs to. Um, Leaning into what I just talked about with browns, how I really love a good brown. But I will say, boring neutrals with no personality, with no like elements of flair are totally out. I don't want to see another like 2016 like all neutral outfit. I don't want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, get some shimmer, get some shine, get some texture, layering, like play with some colors. I think there's going to be a lot of good colors coming out for fall that I feel like that whole bland tan look is going to be completely out. I'm not with it.
Yeah, I agree completely. Like, I feel like that's like going back to what's in because you can still wear all those pieces, right? I literally have tan on right now. But when you add the gold jewelry or if you add the belt, I was standing right now, I would have a belt on, but I'm not because I'm sitting down. No one can see down here. But, those are the things that elevate it and give it that personality to your point. I also feel like in general, these kind of micro TikTok fashion trends, I don't think you need to buy a lot of new things if you buy intentionally. And I honestly, this is interesting for me because I feel like in the summer, I'm actually down to follow the trends. There's something about summer fashion to me that's ever changing and there's always like some pop of new color, but fall always to me stays very stable over time. So my fall pieces, I try to invest in things that are not going to just be of the trend now, but I can wear literally the sweater I've had for years. I've had this sweater for years. And I'm like, I don't need to buy a new one because I have this one and it's great and it's like lasted me forever. And it never goes out of style. So I'm very much, I feel like following trends in the fall. If it's something super out there that's like not going to last over time is kind of out.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think about when I go through my clothing to donate it, I go through my summer and spring fashion faster than I do fall. And I think it's because I'm investing, like you just mentioned, investing in pieces that do last a long time. I'm thinking, like, as I'm looking at my closet or thinking about my closet, I have pieces that I definitely bought several years ago that just keep coming back in rotation because the way that you can elevate them every year and style them differently, put like, you know, a pair of pants or a skirt or something, and it still looks like you just bought it. That's the goal and that's the key for that. So I feel like invest in, and they talk about like buying your capsule wardrobe. I think if you're going to do that, do it in the fall because I feel like you mentioned, fall clothing really sticks around and seems to be a little bit more timeless than summer fashion. So I agree with that. Okay, so fashion is one thing, but the way you take care of yourself in the fall, that is just as much a trend. So we're going to start with the obvious that I think is in moving your body. Okay, no matter the weather, yoga, Pilates, walks. Okay, I'm still going outside for my nature walks in the fall because to me, that's sweater weather. That's the vibe. Okay, I will at all costs avoid a treadmill if I have to. Now, unless it's like, you know, the weather's weathering, you know, rain, fine, I'll walk inside. But I'm not trying to be inside. I will still, for my walks anyway, I will be moving my body in ways that feel good because I need to just keep that energy going. So yes to moving your body all the time.
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing better than taking like a hot yoga class when it's cool out because you're like dripping sweat and then you walk out and it's like, oh, it feels so good out here when it's cool weather versus walking onto the heat. I love that during the fall time. Another big thing I think, which obviously skincare is in year round, but I think there's something about the fall season where it's like for me at least, I'm like hyper focused on layering my skincare and like paying very close attention to it because number one, like the sun is not sunning as much as it is. And so it's kind of like that time for your skin to just kind of like escape a little bit, I guess is how I think about it. But also like I live in Colorado where it is dry. And so I have to be layering on the skincare during the winter time and fall time because it starts to get super dry. So big fan of extra attention to the skincare.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I really am. Yeah, I'm also very intentional with my skincare, specifically in the fall and leaning into winter too, that I know that my skin will tend to get a little bit drier and I will feel that. So I want to make sure that I'm, you know, going through my routine and being very intentional and really not skipping any days, no matter what I'm doing. Skincare routine still has to take priority. So I 100% agree. Moving into something else that I think is just comfort meals with balance. Okay. We love soup season. We love chili season. Okay. Do you remember, Jess, back in the day, chili and cinnamon rolls, like as a combo? Did you ever like that?
Yes. First of all, that's a very Midwest thing I have learned as someone who has lived
It is.
in multiple places. But I make it every football season. So like actually when you come here, if you want, I could make chili and cinnamon rolls instead of chicken noodle soup. We can do either way. Usually I'm not going to lie, I just order Cinnabon for the cinnamon rolls, but I make it every football season.
That's fine. I discriminate when it comes to cinnamon rolls. So I will eat them. Okay, let me ask you something that could be controversial or not. I don't know. Do you put beans in your chili or no?
Okay, so this is a very controversial. I'm so glad that you asked this. Okay, so I actually grew up, I did not like chili. I still would say I don't really like chili. However, the chili that I make, it's called like Bush's Magic Beans, and it's a certain mix of chili beans that I use, and I do like it. And it's literally the only chili I like. It was my mother-in-law's recipe that she gave to me, and she like got this certain kind of beans. I don't like really any other chili other than the kind that I like. So it does have beans in it, but it is a specific can of beans that I get. What about you?
Okay. I'm not a fan, but then people would argue that it's not chili then. And I'm like, okay, but I want to know what other people think. Like, do they put beans in their chili or no?
What is in your chili? Is it just like juicy meat?
Well, to be fair, I I do not make it. I don't know. I think it's because I just haven't really had great chili outside of my mom's, but like hers is good. But I think she also puts beans in hers, but I think I just like hers. So I'm just picky, but everybody else's, heck no. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, now I'm like, maybe I shouldn't make chili when you come in case you don't like it, but because I get it. I'm picky too.
Here's the thing. As long as you season your chili, like, I'll eat it.
It comes seasoned.
I trust you.
It does. It comes seasoned.
What do you mean it comes seasoned?
Like,
you have to season it. Do you?
I don't. Oh, well, that's not true. I do add seasoning. I do add seasoning, but the the beans, the special kind of beans that I get, like it's already a seasoned like thing that I get.
Honestly, I'm down to try.
I'm
down
so
to
nervous.
try because I love a good. Don't be nervous. I just told. Okay, everybody, make it known right now. I just told her that she can make it for the trip, so I want to try it. Okay. I want to try it mainly because I love the chili and cinnamon roll combo, and that just sounds like, you know, that the savory and the sweet. Ugh, so good.
Okay, well, we'll see.
But if you're like, I'm not gonna do that, then I'm also down with chicken noodle soup.
Maybe
for sure I will eat that.
Yeah, maybe I'll have both. I don't know. We'll see. We'll discuss. Well, we got some time.
You've got some time.
Okay, I think the other thing on health and wellness is like, and we talk about this all the time, wellness apps. Big class pass gal over here. So like all about the wellness apps. I know that there are some other ones out there too. But yeah, again, it's like a good way to like get out of the house, to get a good workout in, go to that hot yoga class, go to that hot Pilates class, whatever, and be able to just like try different things, right? Which is, my favorite.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also want to add Ladder. So the Ladder app is a way for you to choose your coach based on your fitness goals. And so this is, you know, for people who are, you know, going to a gym, but they just struggle with, oh, I don't know what to do in the gym, or my routine isn't consistent. It's a way for you to lock in, find a coach that meets whatever goal that you have in mind for your gym goals, and you lock in with them. And they have pre-made workouts for you every single day. You have a team that you're on. They're cheering you on. You get to post updates, that sort of thing. So it's a great way, especially in the fall when you tend to feel like you may be falling off a little bit from your fitness goals. It's a way to encourage you to stay motivated throughout.
I love that. I haven't heard of that. I will have to check it out. And then in terms of what's out when it comes to health and wellness, I mean, we talk about this a lot, but any kind of like punishing diet. And I feel like some might think this is a broken record, but I feel like this like whole idea of like you have to be skinny is really in right now. And so it's like a good reminder that that's crazy, and let's not go backwards in time with everything going on in the world right now. But especially with this, like let's not punish ourselves when it comes to eating. Let's eating what we want that's going to nourish our body, and not thinking about it from like a take everything away kind of standpoint.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because think about it. Nothing's sadder than saying no to pumpkin bread. Hello? Like I'm saying yes to all the cute little treats. I always talk about, and we've talked about this, talk about balance all the time. Like eat what you want, add what you need. You know that you need to eat your fruits and veggies. Duh. Okay. That's standard. You know, you need to drink your water. Duh. But don't say no. You know, I say someone's offering me some cookies, some brownies, pumpkin things, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to enjoy it. Anyway, leading into the seasonal sad girl aesthetic, right? So this whole idea of just feeling like down and out for the fall. No, I feel like we have a lot of exciting things coming up for the fall. Like me personally, I just came off a high of Beyonce in the summer. Like I'm not going to just all of a sudden tank. Okay, there's a lot of things happening in the fall. I'm excited for this season. So you know, light a candle, get outside, touch some grass, and just keep pushing. You know what I mean? Like and I know that sounds like aggressive, but you know what I mean? Like lean into making this a joyful time for you. And there's a lot of things that you can like lean into to make that happen, but don't lean into like the typical aesthetic of just like, I'm just going to sit here and not do anything. Let's lean in. Like, there's a lot of exciting things happening. So
I agree completely. And I actually feel like that's what feels so different about this fall coming up too, is like, we're not doing that. No, like we're keeping the positive and like, not like toxic positive, but just like the good energy of like, there are a lot of things to look forward to right now because we just like have to, frankly. And I also feel like on that same lines, like using gloomy weather as an excuse to do nothing. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's correct. Out. Okay. You're going to not pay that cancellation fee for the class. You're going to show up instead. You're going to make plans on the weekends with your friends. You're going to, you know, just embrace that because you deserve that. And like weather it's not, you're not going to stop the weather. It's going to be here every year. Let's not use it as an excuse. Keep going.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So once you've got your cozy wellness routine down, you need the right soundtrack. So we're going to dive into music and pop culture.
Okay, very excited about this one. Biggest in for the fall, which I think is very different than other falls, is upbeat party vibes music. By the way, did you notice it's kind of hard, like the color is kind of off with
Let
the
me see.
lighting right now, but
Are
this
those
is
orange?
yeah, life of a showgirl. I went and got my nails done orange.
Yes.
And I'm not showing my toes
So
on camera, but those are also mint green.
Oh no,
so.
no free content.
Free content.
Absolutely not. No free feet.
But I feel like Taylor's like making it, you know, like I feel like the vibe that we think this album's going to be, most people would have expected that to drop at the beginning of the summer. It's going to be like very upbeat party vibes, but it's going into fall. So we're going to have an upbeat fall. And I don't know, there's something exciting about that. And I just think that obviously we're going to be bumping her album a lot, but I feel like others will follow. That's just going to be the trend of music for the fall.
I agree. It's going to be a showgirl fall, if you will. We're really living our best life and turning up. So yes, I am so here for that. On the flip side of that, I also think what's going to be in are going to be like kind of the vibe of like moody indie playlists for just like chill nights where you're like, you know what? Like I've had a day, I've been out, but you know what? I just want to chill at home, light a nice candle. You know, I love a good candle, love a good fall candle, bake some cookies or like make a really, really, really good meal with a glass of wine and just like play some vibes that night. Like that. Oh, I can just see it now. You know, let's lean in for a second, friends. Okay. It's mid-October. Okay. It's, 60 degrees and breezy. You've got a candle lit. You've got some vibes playing in the background, some moody vibes, and you're cooking this bomb ass meal on the stove and you're baking cookies at the same time. And then all you get to do is sit on your couch, watch your comfort show. The dream.
No, literally. Like, I think I'm going to go do that right after this, actually.
Seriously.
Yeah, a big fan of that. Like I mean, I've talked about it before, but I have a record player in my bedroom, and I'm very picky about the vinyls that I will buy because I only buy those kind of like moody, more chill evening kind of vinyls so that I can play them in my bedroom while I'm winding down and doing my night routine. I'm a big fan of that, so I love it. Okay, and also like you kind of mentioned this as well, but in general, just comfort show rewatches. No, I don't want to watch any new shows this fall, actually. No, I just want to rewatch things. I want to watch Gilmore Girls again. I want to watch Vampire Diaries again. You know, maybe I'll even go back and rewatch The Summer I Turned Pretty, but honestly, that might be too summer for me right now. I don't know. I need something with that fall vibe in it. And that's like honestly one of my favorite parts of fall is doing that.
Ooh, I do love a good TV show rewatch. So I need to go through my list again and see what I want to revisit. So I'm excited about that. Now, this one could be controversial, but I just think it's interesting based on what we've seen so far. But I feel like the discovery of newer artists and songs will come through the algorithm. So you've seen things, things that are going TikTok viral. And I say this because I don't know if you've seen this on your For You page, but every once in a while, I'll be scrolling and I'll see like, if this landed on your For You page, I'm a new up and coming indie artist and like, this is my song. And so I'll listen for like 30, 45 seconds. I'm like, oh, this is a bop. Like, this is good. And so I feel like that's going to continue to happen this fall where we're going to see like a reemergence or just like more of like indie artists and just like new and upcoming independent artists that are coming out with some songs that are actually very good. So that's kind of what I think.
Agree 100%. I mean, Noah Kahan was like from 2 years ago, was discovered that way. Like, I honestly download random songs all the time because I hear something on TikTok. I'm like, ooh, I like that. Let me just add it to my library and then I'll listen to it in the car later all the time. Mm-hmm. So agree. And I think definitely with the fall vibes, like you see more artists, like just the artist with like the guitar and with really like moving lyrics, it's like that vibe. So I definitely hope we discover some new people.
Agreed. Now, talking about what's out, and we kind of talked about this a little bit, but acting like fall is for the sad girls. No. We are not sad girls this fall. Okay. We are hot girls, the hot girl vibe, but like fall edition. Okay. So it's just not the mood. It's not the vibe. I want us all to lean into our best selves and what our ideal self. What would we be doing in the fall. Okay. Think about what your ideal self would be doing in the fall. Okay. I got that from you, Jess. But I just think that that's something we need to be thinking about because I feel like we need to lean into that energy, especially the last few months. Like, let's just finish this year out strong.
Big fan of that. I love it. Also, we are not skipping self-care nights to grind, okay? This is like the best season for self-care, actually, right? You light a cozy candle because candles are cozier in the fall time. You can put on that cozy TV show in the background that you're rewatching and do your skincare, do your actually recently what I've been getting is they're like these steamer masks that you can put on your eyes. They're so great and you just like lay there and meditate. Love them. I really want to get a red light therapy mask too. Do something like that. Just do something that just makes you feel good, honestly. And don't skip those because like it's the best time to do that, honestly.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, so we've got the playlist covered, but what about the actual vibe of our weekends and our friendships for this fall?
Yeah, I would say early holiday decorating. I feel like, you know, if you love a pumpkin in August and it makes you happy, do it. Put it up, okay? I know I had friends hype about fall as early as July 4th. So, if you're ready for the holiday, lean in, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and hate on you because I get passionate about other things and yeah, if you're happy and it brings you joy and all of those things, do it. Decorate early.
I love that 100%. I literally put up my Halloween decorations this past weekend. So, ahead of ya.
Hell yeah.
Also, I'm kind of obsessed with this concept of hosting at-home dinner parties. I was going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to do my birthday party as like a dinner party at my house versus going out. I've decided I do want to go out, but I am hosting like a couple weeks before like a thing at my house where we're going to be doing like these, I think I talked about it maybe on a previous episode, but we're going to be like making candles and it's going to be like all Halloween and I'm going to have like Halloween movies. And so I've decided that that's going to be my at-home dinner party and I'm going to go kind of all out with everything. I'm very excited about it. And I'm like, if this goes well, I'm maybe going to try to host this on like more of a regular basis. Cause back in college, I used to always throw themed parties. I loved it. And I'm like, I kind of want to get back into that. There's something kind of exciting about doing that. So I'm very into the idea of hosting at-home dinner parties.
Oh yeah, I absolutely loved your theme parties back in the day. So, and I'm kind of jealous that I don't get to be part of this. It's really hard when I'm like, oh, she's planning all these fun things and I can't be there. But no, I'm excited to see all the pictures. I know. I just come visit more often. Yes, done. Okay, so along those lines of like hosting at home dinner parties and just the vibes with your friends, I just think we really need to lean into friendship rituals, right? So visiting a pumpkin patch or doing a craft night. I know you had mentioned on a previous episode that you were doing like a candle making, like a spooky candle making class with some friends. I'm like, I absolutely love that. Football Sundays. Hello, who doesn't love football Sundays? Just anything like that. I'm actually tomorrow, which is by the time again this drops, it's gonna have already happened. But tomorrow I'm meeting with a couple of friends and my friend is having a little housewarming party and we're doing a movie night of movies that I have not seen ever because they were all judging me, being like, oh, you haven't seen which one was it? Coyote Ugly or something? They're like, you haven't seen Coyote Ugly? I'm like, no, I have not. They're like, all right, well, we're gonna watch yeah, so we're making it a thing so I can see all of these movies that I've never seen.
I feel like you need to do a TikTok review. Like you need to do like rating movies I had never seen that like my friends tell me I should have seen when I was like younger, because that would be iconic and people would love to hear your reactions because like something like Coyote Ugly is such an iconic movie that yes, you should make a TikTok series of this.
That is such a great content idea. Thank you for that. I will then. I don't know. Okay, so I actually don't remember if it is Coyote Ugly that we're watching or something else, but I will give you the list of movies that my friend, like she has a laundry list of movies and she had asked me about every single one and like 95% of them I was like, I haven't seen it. Everybody's like, what? So anyway, so doing things like that, movie nights, like all of those things, and then getting some really good food to go along with it. Whether you're ordering in like pizza or doing like takeout or anything, or just cooking, make it fun. Charcuterie, you can't go wrong. Some drinks, mocktails, cocktails, whatever you want. Just make it a vibe.
I'm excited for you. So on the flip side, let's talk about what's out. So obviously, like you already talked about, like decorating early. Obviously, I'm a big fan of decorating early as well. So out is like complaining about early decorators. Okay, let people live. And I think like there's the fall part, there's the Halloween, but like in fall, you're gonna have people who are also starting to decorate for Christmas. Let them live. Let them live. Let them have their fun. It doesn't hurt you. So don't complain about the early decorations.
Exactly. Let people enjoy life. Okay. We're not bringing anybody down because you don't like that they put up their Christmas decorations in September. Leave them alone. Okay. They're living. We just talked about this as well, how we have, fall friendship rituals and hanging out with your friends, dinner parties, but also be mindful of overcommitting socially. I think that's completely out. You do not need to say yes to everything. As much as it is so much fun to be out and about, you do have to make sure you're taking care of you and making sure you set your boundaries of like, you know what, I've been out quite a bit, or, oh, this is a lot. If even if you have any hesitation, it's okay to say no. Stay inside, stay cozy, do what you need to do. But also don't use that as an excuse to avoid just in general, but keep in mind that you do have the power to say no, especially if you feel like you're going to be overcommitting a lot in the fall.
Yeah, I think on that same lines, it's almost like whether it's socially overcommitting or just like toxic productivity, where you haven't built into your schedule time to also enjoy the season and chill and like the self-care stuff we were talking about. You don't want to get into a burnout situation, because that's when you do turn into that sad girl fall, and nobody wants that. So avoid the toxic productivity.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then leaning into just being kind of sucked into social media and just the doom scrolling, that's completely out. But then specifically, I'm talking dating apps, and speaking from being a single person, the dating apps are not it. It's so exhausting. I feel like we spend so much, we waste so much time on these apps where we're swiping, and you end up building these pen pals, and they're not going anywhere. They don't want to take you on dates. So I say ditch the dating apps, get outside, meet people in real life. Um, as an example for me, I joined this, I guess I would say I joined this like little social group. This girl had created it here in Dallas called The Datey. And it is a way for singles to literally get outside and meet each other in a variety of different settings. So I just went to one like a couple weeks ago and met some really great people. It's just a way for us to be outside of the dating apps and just get out there and just be social, meet a new connection. I'm still waiting for a guy to ask me on a date from there, but we got some time there. But it's also just a way for you to connect and hang out with friends, meet new people, all the things. So dating apps, swiping, all of that, I think is completely out. You can argue with your mama on that one. So
I love it. Okay, so we've covered fashion, wellness, music, and lifestyle, but we have to throw in a little game before we wrap up.
And because it's fall, we're bringing back one of our favorites, overrated or underrated fall edition. So y'all know the drill. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to just talk about whether they're overrated or underrated. And you can elaborate if you'd like. So first up, football Sundays, overrated or underrated? Jess, you're going to start this one.
So underrated. Football Sundays are a very big deal in my household. Okay. So if y'all don't know, my husband's entire career and job revolves around sports, and football is his biggest and just like most loved sport. And we are Green Bay Packers fans. And so it's a very big deal. He grew up with the tradition of having soup every Sunday in his house. We've continued that tradition where I make soup every Sunday now in our house, which is why the discussion about chili versus chicken noodle soup when Stephanie comes to visit me, because it's gonna happen, and I just love it. Like, we go all out. We have jerseys. Y'all know I love my man Matt LaFleur. There was also just a major trade that just happened where we now have the best like defensive player in the league that we just took from Dallas. So I love everything about football Sundays. It is a whole vibe. What about you?
I would say that they are also underrated. And this is coming from someone who just is a general sports fan. I don't have loyalty to any one team specifically. I will cheer for who I am not annoyed by at the moment. So I love it. But I love the energy. I love the vibes of football Sundays. There are some times I'll just watch from the comfort of my own home. And there are other times I will venture out to a local bar or a restaurant or something and sit at the bar, hang out, grab like a drink or two and just hang out. I think that's so much fun to just like be around people too in that environment, especially those that are like big sports fans and like are hyping up their team. So Yeah, I would say it's underrated because just the energy and the vibes around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next. Fall candles, Bath and Body Works versus luxury brands. Okay, do we feel that they are overrated or underrated? I will take this one. If we're going like versus one another, I think Bath and Body Works candles are appropriately rated, and I think luxury brands are overrated. I don't think you need to buy a $75 candle to get the effect of fall in your home when you can just go buy the pumpkin spice one at Bath and Body Works because sometimes they have a sale and I think they smell great, you know, or if you want to level it up and get those little wall flowers and plug it in, I think they're amazing too. So I think if we're going back on that, I would say appropriately rated for Bath and Body Works because I think they have great scents and I think they last a really long time. I have one going right now and I absolutely love it. And I don't think you need to waste the money on a luxury brand to get the same effect. What about you?
Agree 1,000%. I will ride or die for Bath and Body Works. I've talked about it many, many times. I feel like Bath and Body Works for me is like how Old Navy is for you. Like I'm obsessed. And every time I stray from Bath and Body Works, I regret it. Every single time I'll be like, oh, this smells so good in store. I'll even go to like during the fall, I like to go to like a lot of like craft fairs and like, you know, fall, like, I don't even know what you call them, but you know, like where they have all the booths set up and people like make homemade stuff. And I'll like be like, oh, I'll go buy some candles there. And I regret it every single time. It will smell so good. And then as soon as I light it, it's like the smell doesn't exist. And I miss my Bath and Body Works. So Bath and Body Works is way underrated, appropriately rated. I don't know. I will ride or die for them. And luxury brands, I think, are way overrated.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, next, haunted houses. Are they overrated or underrated? Okay, I'm going to say that they are appropriately rated again, and here's why. I do not like to be scared. Okay, I don't like that. But I do appreciate the effort that goes into a haunted house. I like the vibes of just spooky season to a certain effect. But I don't like to be scared like that. So I will totally go to one, but it's not my first choice. So that's where my rating stands. Jess, I already know how you feel about it, but go ahead and explain why you think that it is underrated.
It's like you know me or something. Okay. Haunted houses are so underrated. I love them so much. I think I've talked about this maybe on the here before. Like, I literally want to be friends with everyone who works there. I'm like, I'm the person who I'm going through the haunted house. They scare me and I jump and then I'm like excited. I'm like, you're so cool. I love all the actors. They're so fun. And I don't know. It's just like, honestly, I really think it's not going to be this fall because I'm probably way too late and I probably don't have time this fall. But one day I'm going to work at one. I want to dress up and be a cast member and like scare people. It just sounds fun. I don't know. I love them. They're so underrated and I can't wait to go to them this year.
The way that I could see you doing that is so funny to me, but I absolutely love that journey. I think that would just be you like, you know what? This is just what I'm hustling right now. And I'm just in a haunted house on the weekends. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a side quest. It's fine.
There she goes again on her little side quest. I love it. Okay, last, PSL skincare products. So we're talking lotions, candles, body sprays. Do we feel like they are overrated or underrated? Yeah, I'm going to have to break this one down again too. So I do not like to put anything on my body that is pumpkin anything. Like I just, no. Candles, I love. I do love a pumpkin candle. So I will say that is underrated / appropriately rated. But I think the lotions, the body sprays, perfumes, whatever are ridiculously overrated. I'm not about it. Not about it at all. What about you?
Oh, agree. I think it's so overrated. And I'm even going to be maybe more mean. You were so nice about that. I feel like pumpkin spice latte skincare products are giving you're at a 12-year-old birthday party sleepover for the first time and that's what's in the swag bag, which like when you're 12 years old is so cool, right? Because you like, wow, I have some beauty products. As a 33-year-old woman, no, ew, it gives me the ick. Absolutely not. Yeah. And no, it's very overrated.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That's actually valid. It is valid. Is it my first choice? No. If it's given to me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to regift this or throw it into like a, what do you call it? White elephant gift in the winter. Be like, yeah, I'm not taking this.
Yeah, no, literally. Don't gift me that. No.
Absolutely not. Just a warning right now. Do not gift us any PSL products.
I will take that as hate mail. If you send me that, that's hate mail.
Hate mail is so funny, but it's so true.
Okay, well, before we close out, it's time for our favorite part of every episode, which is the last drop of tea for the day.
Fall isn't about following every trend on the ins list or ditching everything on the outs list. It's about leaning into whatever makes you feel good. If you love PSLs, as we just talk shit about them, drink them. If you want to wear plaid every single day, do it. Fall is a season to fully embrace your version of cozy and confident.
I love that. After we give you all of our trends we think that are so fun, at the end of the day, it's like, just do what makes you happy. Just do what makes you happy.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And that's a wrap on our fall in and outs for 2025. Hopefully it gave you a few ideas and maybe even a laugh.
Now we want to hear from you. Share your own fall ins and outs and your overrated, underrated picks with us on Instagram or TikTok. We're at Sisterhood Tea Party.
Make sure you're following the podcast so you don't miss Make sure you're following the podcast so you don't miss next week's episode. And if you loved this one, just send it to a friend who's just as fall obsessed as we are.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with more tea.
Bye.